But we begin in Nova Scotia. The province is getting hammered by a winter storm. Here is a look this hour at Baddock, a village on Cape Breton Island. Parts of the Sydney region could see up to 150 centimeters of snow by tomorrow afternoon. That is nearly 5 feet. A large part of the province is experiencing gusty winds and blizzard-like conditions right now, and people are being advised to take precautions. CBC's Albert Delatella tracking the latest for us. Albert, what's going on in the province?
Well, as you say, Natalie, a large part of the province feeling the effects of winter with that really blast of snow that we saw in that live shot there. And that comes amid a snowfall warning across that area, stretching down to the central parts of the province. You can see some of the recent video there of the snowfall. The worst hit area, in fact, is eastern Nova Scotia. That's where we have some new video actually to show you from social media. Parts, you can see it right there. Parts of Cape Breton could see close to 150 centimeters of snow before the storm lets up, if you can believe it. Wind gusts could also reach 80 kilometers per hour. You can see just some of that wind and the effects of it right there, and that also means near zero visibility at times. Given the conditions, transit service in Cape Breton, that area, it's canceled for the day. Meanwhile, in central Nova Scotia, including Halifax, it's been pummeled as well. Up to 25 more centimeters of snow falling before tomorrow. That's what they're calling for. Like many other areas also, it'll likely see little visibility at times, and travel is not recommended for that reason. Here, have a listen here to some people braving the streets in Halifax today.
It's cold. It's a little chilly. Yeah, it's okay. I'm used to it. We're from Newfoundland, so.
I was planned to go to the store for sport check, but due to the buses, we are not available.
So that man mentioned not being able to take the bus. Actually, transit service is now resumed in Halifax, so it is operating now, but still difficult traveling conditions. In terms of flights getting out of Halifax, many flights are canceled and delayed, so people would be best to probably check if their flights are still running, if they're planning to fly today. And at the Sydney airport in Cape Breton, all flights are canceled there. And meanwhile, it's not just Nova Scotia experiencing this blast of winter. Neighboring Newfoundland and Labrador and PEI, those provinces also experiencing quite a bit of snowfall, up to 40 centimeters expected before tomorrow.
So, Albert, given the conditions that we saw, that we heard just there, what are officials saying about precautions people are being asked to take?
Yeah, so a big part of what they're recommending is to avoid travel, and that's because of the minimal visibility in many parts with those gusts of wind. As well, anyone who is planning to stay outside for extended periods, they're advising people to take precautions to get inside if they can, really, just because that extended exposure can exacerbate the effects of the cold. Another point in all of this are the power outages, and I just checked, and right now there are about 3,700 customers affected by power outages across the province. Those numbers have been fluctuating a bit throughout the day, but it remains an issue for people, and crews are working to get those lights back on as soon as they can. Natalie.
Thank you so much, Albert. The CBC's Albert Delatella. Well, more snow is on the way for Nova Scotians over the next coming days. Rhythm Reed of the Weather Network explains why this particular storm is so bad.
Well, a historical event across areas of Cape Breton. It's all thanks to this low pressure system right here. It's meandering. It does not want to move away like it generally does. That's bringing that wraparound snow, adding to a lot more of the accumulation. One of the areas we're going to be highlighting is up across regions of Cape Breton Island, stretching all the way down towards New Glasgow as well. Snowfall rates through this afternoon can be as high as 2 to 3 centimeters an hour. And combined with those wind speeds, that that are going to be anywhere between 60 to 80 kilometers an hour. That's going to pose a risk for some blizzard-like conditions, whiteout conditions across the region. For areas in Halifax down to Yarmouth, we are going to be seeing much lighter snow as we go through the day today. A little bit of it more holding on, heading towards area for our Monday for areas near New Glasgow and Cape Breton, but that's going to finally push through as we head towards our Monday evening, but not before leaving plenty of accumulation on the back end. We're looking at upwards of 75 up to 100 centimeters of snow up towards areas of Cape Breton. New Glasgow, I've mentioned a few times, another area that is getting quite hit hard. That's 50 to 75. Across regions of PEI, we have that variation. So the further east we head, that's where we're going to see the accumulation over 40 centimeters. The further west, that's where we have a little bit less. And some more additional snowfall expected for the Halifax area, anywhere between 10 to 15 centimeters by this time the system is done.
That was Rhythm Reed of the Weather Network.